Not using 1 to 10, how attractive are you? Older women want me to meet their daughters. The daughters don't want to meet me. I'm forgettable extra in a movie attractive. Long ago went on my first car date. The date's mother answered the door and invited me in. She went to the stairs and called up to her daughter, better than nothing is here. I'm a solid meh, I've had worse. Dollar store Paul Rudd. Oatmeal. Either you find me heartwarming but not gastronomical or disgusting. I caught myself naked in the mirror once and felt obligated to apologize to myself. I'm the moment after the excitement of adulthood wears off. Like in Walmart but like nah in Target. I'm terms of sports cars, I'm a bicycle with a playing card attached to the frame to make it sound cool. Invisible. Neither pretty enough nor ugly enough to invite notice. Bob the Builder. My milkshake is only sufficient to bring an ostrich to the yard. You know that wrinkly potato that you forgot about in the pantry? Growing things off of it. About that. If you eat 15,000 calories in a day, you get $1 billion. How do you get it done? Drink about 9 large Sonic Blast Aria milkshakes. As many Cinnabons as it takes. 1 piece of chocolate cake. 1 ice cream. 1 pickle. 1 slice of cheese. 1 slice of salami. 1 lollipop. 1 piece of cherry pie. 1 sausage. 1 cupcake. 1 slice of watermelon. I've been reading a lot of The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I feel like that should do it. Really not that hard if you are allowed the full 24 hours. High-calorie drinks and super-processed foods that are engineered to keep you eating. Just eat at the Cheesecake Factory for all 3 meals a day, plus desserts, and you will be good. I guess I can cut back a little if it means being a billionaire. Hell, I'd do this 2 days in a row for $1 billion. The trick is not to eat the calories but to drink them. Creating or buying 2,500 plus calorie milkshakes is shockingly and disgustingly easy. Most of us could relatively comfortably drink 5 to 6 of these for this. This is certainly the easiest cop-out way to achieve this. 1 breakfast, 2nd breakfast, 11 cease, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, supper. And 1 apple. Drink 2/3 cups of heavy cream every hour per over 24 hours. Avoid a lot of issues with the intake. And is just over 15,000 calories. I used to be on a 10,000 calorie a day diet when I was training as a competitive athlete for 6 to 10 hours a day. 15,000 wouldn't be too bad. The trick is high calorie liquids. So take 1.5 kilos of macadamia nuts, 10,770, blend with 200 grams of avocado oil, 1,768, and a kilo of heavy cream, 3,450. Flavor as desired, drink 400 grams every 2 hours. Possibly lace one with some laxative a couple hours in. You guys are getting paid. How do men feel about that? Men will fuck anything that moves stereotype. Really hurt my marriage. I've had issues with SSRI-induced libido challenges, and my ex-wife had this perception of men as constantly horny, and she'd get really angry with me when I just wasn't in the mood at weird times during the day or especially in inconvenient situations that turned her on. Honey, I'm driving. She expected me to be constantly ready to go, and it's given me further sexual issues because sex has now become this high-pressure, stressful thing, mixed with a shame that I'm not a real man. Edit. I'm really quite blown away by all of the supportive comments and men with similar experiences. It's been a shitty couple of months since I left with moving out and joblessness and everything else that can come with leaving your spouse and moving to a new city, but this has made me feel so supported. Thank you everyone. 3. I know there's a lot of guys who fit the stereotype, but I'm not one of them and cannot relate. It's unfair and damaging to men on a societal level. In my experience, the stereotype also includes, and don't have control over their urges. Some men, and women, are predators, but some aren't. It's not fair to make a blanket generalization over the entire male gender. More harmful than it appears on the surface. It contributes significantly to the difficulty men face when they try to raise issue and complaint regarding unwanted attention. Just look at any news story where a teacher assaults or rapes a boy. Even women will glibly comment, "Oh, you know he wanted it." Men who are being abused in relationships largely will have their abuse ignored, and if they push, they'll receive active hostility from the very people who are supposed to help them. It's one of the facets that is lit up when denying men the right of being victimized. So very often, men are simply told they are not allowed to be victims of sex crimes because men always want it, so what are you bitching about? Every woman I fuck moves to a new state. No. Not only is a false generalization on the faces of it, but it's actively harmful. It turns male sexuality into something trivially simple, a constant to be called upon at will. Which is to say it turns male arousal into an entitlement. This is wildly unhealthy in a whole series of ways. I've been in a few bands, lead singers fit this stereotype. Move around and find out. Edit, thank you all for the verification. I now get to brag to my GF that 26,000 people think I'm hilarious, so I'm basically the funniest person she knows. Honestly, I can't believe it. It's such an offensive but more importantly an accurate stereotype. I also fuck things that don't move. Whoever thinks that hasn't seen r/don't putty our dick in that because that's men showing restraint. It's not a fair label to apply to all or even most men, but it's definitely accurate for some fellas. Stereotypes, while often inaccurate or overly broad, don't typically just pop out of nowhere. It pisses me off. If I hear someone say that, "I'll fuck 'em so hard. Holy hell, I didn't expect to get this much love. I barely moved. Thanks for the awards." I would fuck that statement if I could. Well, if it quacks like a duck, I'm gonna fuck it.